This is mathematical reasoning we are taking. Now we are look at validity of statements. So checking the validity of a statement means what? It's been checking when it is true and when it is not true. Whenever it is true or not true means it's false. So this is the validity of statement. But this totally depends upon which of these special words, like you're using or between two statements, or you're using and, or which of the implications you are using. Implications we learned last time. If then, if and only if, or these are what? Implications. You are using quantifiers. Quantifiers means for every. There exist. Whenever these all appear in a given statement, then checking whether the statement is true or not true is the validity of statements. So we have schemes and algorithms for everything. Let us start with validity of statements. VOS for short I'm writing. Validity of statements with and. So if we are taking two statements with and, then the step one will show that the statement P and Q, we are taking two statements. So for statement I'm writing ST. So we will show that P is true, and the step two we will show that the statement Q is true. Q is true. Okay? You are not able to understand? Don't worry. We'll go with an example. So let us have a statement called 25 is a multiple of 5 and 8. So let us make the two statements from here. That is, two statements joined with and. P is 25 is a multiple of 5. Is a multiple of 5. So this example is from R.D. Sharma, so you can just refer it back. Q is 25 is a multiple of 8. Now when we combine this P and Q, actual statement was 25 is a multiple of 5 and 8. So the question is, write the compound statement connecting these two statements and check its validity. So we can just combine them saying 25 is a multiple of 5 and 8. But what about the validity? How are you going to check the validity? Please remember, we have to combine them using and. Okay. So this P and Q, what result they individually give? 25 is a multiple of 5. Yes, it is. 5 5 is 25. That's a multiple of 5. What about this? This first one is true. The second one, 25 is a multiple of 8. No, it is not. It doesn't come in the table of 8, 25. So when we combine this P and Q using use and, this is true, this is false. And true and with false is going to give you false. In and, only when both are true, then only it will be true. Otherwise, always false. So this truth table, you can write it as true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. When you do and, every time it will be false unless both are true. I am doing and for these pairwise. Okay. So now you understood how this validity of statements can be done. So we have just seen for and. Why not to see for or also? So we'll see it for or. Same example we'll take. Same example we are going to take. And then we are going to check the validity of statement with or. So let me write this statement again. And this is 25 is a multiple of 5. I'm writing it in short because it is same as the previous one. Q is 25 is a multiple of 8. Now we have these two statements. Now let us check the validity of statement with or P or Q is true or not. So 25 is a multiple of 5. When we combine this, 25 is a multiple of 5 or 25 is a multiple of 5 or 8. You can combine like this. Now let us check the validity. Now 25 is a multiple of 5. Yes, true, absolutely true. 5 is 25. And 25 is multiple of 8. No, it's absolutely wrong. It's not a multiple. So it's false. Now let us come to P and Q and now check the validity with OR. So if P is true and Q is false, what will be the table? Because OR gives true for all except both are false. So even if one is true or both are true, OR will always give you true, otherwise false. Means when we test both false, it will give false. For this case, we have true and false. It's going to give you true. So the validity of the same statement using AND was false. And validity of statement with the same example with an OR statement, it's a valid statement. It's true. Now the question comes is implication. Now validity of statement, same thing we are going to take. But now we'll talk about the implication. For example, if P then Q. If P then Q. So if P then Q. This is what we are going to see. How do we do this? So I'll take you to certain methods. We already have certain method. Okay. So let us take method. Let me take an example so that we can understand it better. Okay. The statement is true or false. Let me write this statement. The statement is, if x and y are odd integers, then xy is an odd integer. If x and y are odd integers, then xy is an odd integer. I'm just writing one by one because I just want to make them as P and Q also. Separate statement also. This is a combined statement. If x and y are odd integers, then xy is an odd integer. You can eliminate if and then you can just write xy is P and Q. So first method is DM, which is direct method. So here we will say, we'll assume that P is true. And in this step 2, we'll prove that Q is true. Starting with assuming that P is true, we'll prove that Q is true. So let us take an example. This is already an example. So what do we have here? P and Q. As I said, direct method we are applying on validity of statement checking for if and then. So we assume P is true. So this is P. X and Y are odd integers. From here to here it is P. In statement we don't have if or then, right? Because it is always assertive or declarative. So if and then you can eliminate and then now you can form P and Q. Now P true. We assume it to be P is true. So say example, just take an example, 3 and 5. Multiply them. 3 5 is 15. 3 and 5 are both odd and you multiply, you will get an odd. Okay. So it's kind of true we can assume, but let us assume P is true. So x and y are odd integers. So when we have assumed x and y as both odd integers, and how to make an integer odd or a number odd? We'll take a number, multiply it by 2, so we are making it even, and then we are adding 1. So 2m plus 1 and 2n plus 1. This is xy, and just multiply x dot y. So what is xy? 2m plus 1 into 2n plus 1. Multiply them. Okay, this is 2 to the 4mn plus 2m plus 2n plus 1. So 2m plus 2n plus 1. Now, how you can write this? Take 2 outside. You can write mn, 2mn plus m plus n plus 1. Okay, now this whole you can take it as any constant. This is also a constant. 2k plus 1. So what do you see? When you assume P to be true, x dot y is an odd integer. So you have proved Q to be true. This is direct method. Now this is very important because the contradiction method will also be taking the same thing, right? Same explanation will be there. But the second method of checking the validity of statement with if then is called contrapositive method. How do we do this contrapositive method? In this we assume, the first step is we assume that Q is false. You know, whether it is true or false, we don't know. We just say it is false. And then in step 2, we try to prove that P is false. We start with Q is false, and then we prove it that P is false. This is contrapositive method. Same example we are taking, okay? Same example. So in contrapositive, same example. So we just assume that Q is not true. I said Q is false, so Q is not true. So Q is not true. That is, Q is not true. Q was what? Q was what? XY is an odd integer. So Q naught, that is, we are assuming it to be false. So X dot Y has to be an even integer. That is, either X is even, or Y is even, or both X and Y are even. That is, X into Y will always give you even when one of them is even. 3 into 4 is 12. 4 into 3 is also 12. 4 into 4 is 3 into 3. 3 into 3 is odd. So this is not what we are taking. Whenever the result is coming even, that is, either one of them are even or both are even. X is even, Y even, or both are even. Okay. So we assume Q to be false. That is, we assume that it is not odd. It was even. But what we found that either X is even, Y is even, or X and Y both are even. But basically our P was X and Y are all integers. P was X and Y are both odd integers, but we just saw that in order to get an even integer, one of them has to be at least an even integer. That is, X and Y, one is even, one is odd. One is even, one is odd, one is even, or both are even. Then only it is possible. But X and Y is given as odd integer. That is, when we assume Q to be false, we prove that P is also false. That is, P is false. That is, X and Y are not odd integers, they are even integers. So that means this if P then Q is true. If P then Q is true, and we proved it using a contrapositive method. Okay. If P then Q is exactly same as this one, contrapositive method. Now coming to the third method. The third method is same example I am taking. Same, P is X and Y are odd integers, Q is X, Y is an odd integer. The third is contradiction method. Here what we do? We assume that P is true. Step 1 is, we assume P is true. And we assume Q is false. P is true and Q is false. We assume that. And we will contradict it. We will contradict it in this step 2. We will contradict the first step. We will find some error what we assume in the first step. P is true and Q is false. So let us assume P is true. So we assume X and Y are odd integers. We assume P, as I said, the first method, direct method, I told you that this contradiction also will do by that only, first method. Means the solution we gave is also the solution of this one. How? See, what we did, we are saying that assume that P is true. So assume that P is true. That is, X and Y are odd integers. Here, X and Y are odd integers, we are saying it true. So X you can take as 2m plus 1, Y you can take it as 2n plus 1. So when you multiply this, if X and Y are odd integers, what about Q? We are saying P is true. X and Y are indeed odd integers. And Q is false. So X and Y are odd integers, let us multiply it, X, Y. So 2n plus 1 into 2n plus 1. We already proved it just now. When you multiply, it's coming 2k plus 1, that is odd, it is coming odd. But we also assume in this contradiction method that Q is false. We said the xy is an even integer. That is, xy is an integer, even integer, that because P is true and Q is false. But what we see here, Q is actually coming as odd integer. So when we said P is true and Q is false, we actually contradicted ourselves. So this is a contradiction. If P is true, Q cannot be false. This is a contradiction method. Okay. Let me tell you again. We say P is true. That is, P the x and y are odd integers, it's okay. Now q is false. When we multiplied it, 2k plus 1 8k. But because q is false, that is xy is an even integer. It's not an odd integer. But it is coming as an odd integer. That is q, which we assume it to be false, is not false actually. It's true. Okay. We contradicted ourselves. Now let us check the validity of statement with if and only if. If and only if. So how do we do this? If and only if. So what do we do? The step 1 will be, we start with if P is true, we assume it to be. If P is true, then Q is true. Can we prove it? If P is true, then Q is true. This is what we have to do in if and only if. Second one, if Q is true, then P is true. That is, P implies Q and Q implies P. When we say P implies Q and Q implies P, that is, we are actually saying it's P double imply Q, that is if and only if. P if and only if Q. Right? So this is how this can be proved, validity of statement. So let me take an example and then I'll tell you how do we do this. So the example sentence, let me write it, then you will understand. The example is, the integer n is odd if and only if n square is odd. See, sentence is, the integer n is odd if and only if n square is odd. So we have two statements, P and Q. So we can write this statement. Basically two statements are there. The integer n is odd and Q is n square is odd. N square is odd. So now the actual sentence is, the integer n is odd if and only if n square is odd. Okay. So let us prove it the way I told you. So first thing, checking the validity if P then Q. If P then Q. That is, if the integer n is odd, then n square is odd. If P then Q means, if the integer n is odd, then n square is odd. So let us assume that n is actually odd. So n is equal to, say, some 2m plus 1. So let us square it. It will be 2m plus 1 whole square. A square plus b square plus 2ab. 4m square plus 1 plus 4m. Now you can take 4m common here. M inside this, it will be m plus 1 plus 1. So you can write it as 2 into 2m m plus 1 plus 1. This you can take it as k, so 2k plus 1. So now this is again odd. Okay. If the integer n is odd, which we assume, we found that n square is odd, that is q is also true. We say p is true, the integer n is odd. We found n square is also odd. That is, if p then q. So first thing is proved. We have to check the validity of the statement if and only if. First thing we have already done. If p is true, then q is true. Now coming to the second one, which is if q then p. Second I'm doing. If q then p. And we will do it by contrapositive method, not direct method. We will do it by contrapositive method. We will assume that n is not an odd. No, n is not an odd. Okay, we assume it to be. N is not. So n is even actually. So n is even means n has to be some 2 into something, 2 into k. Let us square it. N square is 4k square. So n square will be what? 2 into 2k square, that is, n square is even. So n square is even, that is, it's not odd. It is not odd. When n square is not odd, when we started with n as even, that is, n is not odd. N square is not odd, that is, n square is even. N square is even. N square is not odd. So it's even. So when we said n is not odd, we actually imply n square is not odd. N is not odd, n square is not odd. That is, if n is even, n square is even. Or if n is odd, n square is odd. Okay. So when we say we have used it, we use the contrapositive method. So we deduced it. Not P, not Q, or not Q, not P, this implied. So as I said, this exactly means as if Q then P. If Q then P, if P then Q, if Q then P, both we have proved. And when we prove both of them, when both of them are true, that is if and only if, that is P if and only if Q is true. This is the validity of statement. Okay, this is for if and only if. Now let me tell you, there are validity of statement by contradiction also, and invalidity of statement by counter example. And these there's not much of discussion, but we'll see it when we actually see the actual programs. Okay, thank you so much. Take care of yourself.